Last video, we talked a lot about travel essentials, and today we're going to talk about how to pack smart and to travel smart. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Roseanne, and I so appreciate you being here, and I appreciate any feedback that you have. So let's get started. So with all of those packing essentials and making sure you bring those things that you need, it's really a good idea to also think about packing smart. Making sure that when you bring your clothes that you're not overpacking. I have found when I pack light, which is so freeing, is just bring very few bottoms. Maybe, depending on where you're going, maybe 2 or 3 bottoms, because you can keep wearing those jeans over and over again or that skirt, and just bring more shirts, layered shirts, so that you can worry about the weather. If it's hot or if it's cold, you could layer your shirts, bring a scarf or 2, and bring a jacket, a lightweight jacket and a heavier jacket depending on where you're going. But the bottoms don't matter as much as maybe changing your shirt. So that's just something to consider. And if you use merino wool, that really will go a long way. It stays fresh for a really long time and it looks good and it's nice. So those are some really great tips. Something that is very essential to packing smart is bringing some clothes wash. And I've talked in the last video how I like to bring some dish soap with me that helps me clean my glasses, and I can clean my clothes, which is really helpful when you're packing smart. You also want to make sure that you check for any laundromats in your area or kind of know where you might be able to do laundry, because that way you can feel a little bit better knowing that you have options for some fresh clothes. Because when you pack light, it's a really good idea to have some clothes washing options. So we've talked about some packing essentials. We've talked about packing smart. And now let's talk about traveling smart. We want to make sure that before we go to another country that we check the visa requirements or whatever it is that you might need to know going into the country. I was talking in the last video about the European, it's not a visa, but it's like an entry authorization. Well, that's not going to come into effect till the middle of 2025. But if you're going to Egypt, they have visa requirements. If you're going into other countries, they have visa requirements, or they have some type of requirements. So you need to look that up, and you could find that at travel.state.gov, and you can see what each country needs for you to go to that country. There are a lot of travel apps that are super helpful for you to keep your trip organized. I personally use TripIt, but there are other apps, and those can keep your itinerary together. Your hotels are in there. Your air flights are in there. Your excursions are in there. Everything that you get a reservation for through your email will be uploaded into a travel app, and it makes it so nice to have everything right there. I also bring paper copies of my itinerary and any important documents so that I have that as well. So I have a digital copy and I have a paper copy just in case. And when you're traveling, you want to make sure you stay hydrated, because when you stay hydrated, you have more energy, you feel better, you don't feel so like out of whack. Sometimes that can happen when you travel. You forget to drink water and you're just traveling, or you don't want to drink water because you don't want to find the restrooms. But it helps so much to drink water. You feel so much better. And also when you're traveling and you have your phone out while you have the portable charger with you, sometimes you need to be a little conservative on how you use your phone, because you don't want to be in the middle of somewhere where you need your phone and you don't have battery. So sometimes I'll put my phone in airplane mode so it doesn't use data while I am traveling. And then when I need to use my phone, I'll just hook it back up. One really smart travel tip is to try the local cuisine. Make sure you find those restaurants that will really enhance your experience in that particular region, and find some local food. Go on to TripAdvisor, go on to one of those apps that talk about restaurants and find the ones that have the 5 stars and go try there, because when I first started traveling, we didn't really use those travel apps. They weren't like as popular with mainstream people as it is now. And once I started using those travel apps to try to find where the restaurants were really good and had good reviews, that's when our dining experience just exponentially went up. It was so great. So make sure that you find the local restaurants and which ones have good reviews, and then that way you can really enhance your experience in that region. And lastly, traveling is not a marathon. I think the best way to travel is slow travel. And what I mean by that is take time to rest. Take time to just sit at a cafe and drink coffee or whatever it is that you want, and just enjoy being in the moment. You don't have to run from excursions to trips to hikes to I have to do something 24/7. That's kind of how I used to be when I was younger, thinking I had to put it all into one thing. But you need to go with the knowledge that, hey, maybe one day you'll come back. Don't have to put it all together. Consider your well-being when you're there. You want to be refreshed. You want to feel like you experienced something more than running from event to event to event. So think about slow travel, enjoying yourself, doing the fun events and doing all of that stuff, but also take time to slow down and rest and really just immerse yourself in the culture. So anyway, those are just some of my tips for this new year. Let's pack light, let's pack smart, and let's travel smart. So please, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Let me know what you do to travel smart or how you pack light. I'm always so receptive to any comments that you have, because I'm just sharing my journey, and I'd love to hear yours. So have a great day. Have fun traveling. If there's anything that I can do to help, let me know. Take care and ciao for now. Bye.